All right, I'm currently on the line with Justin. He's another musician that reached out about the current interview session. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a chance to introduce himself.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Justin with Aster. Just a little bit about me. I love a day to remember, Asking Alexandria, and the Amity Affliction back in like 2009, 2015. So that's kind of the style that you're going to get from me.
Awesome, perfect. All right, well, let's go ahead and get into it. Tell me about the environment of when you were growing up, when you first encountered music. What was it about music that kind of pushed you into pursuing a life for it?
Honestly, growing up, what got me into music was my Uncle John. He played trombone whenever I was growing up, so that kind of made me want to play the trombone as well. I mean, at first I wanted trumpet because that's what my friends were doing, but when he told me he was doing trombone and he could really teach me how to do that, I settled more onto that trombone part and ended up loving it.
Okay, so that's pretty unique. You encountered trombone outside of like the regular concert band school curriculum thing and decided to go for it. Did you end up participating in concert band because of that?
Yeah, I did it all the way from sixth grade up until my senior year in high school, and I ended up doing state projects and stuff too. So I did a trombone trio one year where we got a one in regional and then a two at state, which if you don't know how those marks, one's like the best you can get. It's one, twos, and threes. So, we did pretty well there. I was first, second chair all the way through symphonic band and everything too, and then also the section leader for our marching band as well. So, I mean, I was very heavily involved in the band scene for high school for sure.
Awesome. That's very cool. So there is obviously not a lot of trombone in what is considered contemporary new metal music.
Oh no, not at all.
So tell me, tell me a bit about that transition. How do you feel that your preferences for music translated into your actual initial interactions with musicality?
Really, what got me into it was Corn. The band Corn is what really got me into the music that I do now. Um, I liked all the classical stuff, but then I also liked the heaviness that Corn had. And then whenever I went to college, I found this band called Contest of Arms that were down in Florida, and I ended up loving that metalcore vibe that they have. They had that old school Day to Remember sound to them, a little bit of All American Rejects and Green Day all put into one. So it was really cool, and that's what kind of made me want to go towards that style.
Okay, and having a history and experience with instrumentation, did you bring any of that to any of like the contemporary instruments, like electric guitar or bass or drums or anything, or was it kind of reinventing yourself to fit into what you kind of wanted to see for yourself?
I kind of had to reinvent myself because I actually went from playing an instrument to just doing vocals. So whenever I would used to sing with my friends in band and stuff, because I never did a high school choir or anything, I just did band. But I loved singing and stuff, and thought I was kind of decent at it. I could at least hold a pitch. Um, but what really just made me go into that was just a lot of my friends were just into the rock genre and everything, and then that just made me kind of want to be in the rock genre as well.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a bit. You mentioned that your friends were kind of in the rock genre, and so that kind of dragged you into that as well. Um, were you originally kind of getting into bands like in your high school garage and doing vocals, or when did you kind of make the decision that that was also going to be part of your musical journey?
I tried to form a band in high school many times. Me and my buddy Carlos, we always tried, but we could never find any musicians dedicated enough to really be in a band. It wasn't until after college, whenever I came back, and I was about 20 years old, whenever I found my first band here in Kansas City, and from there, I just kept sticking with that rock genre and everything.
Okay, and so you mentioned that once you got back to Kansas City was when you started forming bands. Was that kind of just reaching out on Facebook and the internet to find people that were making music? Or you mentioned your buddy was part of putting a band together. Was that kind of where it began and then it has continued? Or did you find yourself kind of migrating from one group of people to another?
Kind of migrating to one group to another. My buddy Carlos and I, he was never super dedicated enough to really stay full time into a band. So I ended up finding another one, and they were about 10 years older than I was at the time. So they, after about 5 years of being with that band, they ended up, calling it quits. So I stopped playing for a little bit for about 2 years, and then found another group, and ended up with a guitar player, Austin. He ended up with me all the way up until Aster about 2 years ago, and then he started his own project just recently too.
Okay. So tell me about how your current band came together. Was this something that you exclusively wanted to, dip your toes into and get going, or was it a group that you joined?
So the current group, we started Aster, me and Austin, the guy I was just talking to you about, we started it about in 2019. He was actually away in Alaska for the military. And whenever he came, like when he was up there, we formed kind of like the studio band of Aster. And then when he came back is when we got a full group together. But about 2 years ago, it would have been no February of 23 or 24. February of 24, we kind of went on a hiatus and everything. And he started his own group, and now I have a whole different group with me now. But we still stuck with Aster because, I do have the trademarks and everything on that.
Okay, so the group itself has kind of evolved and changed ever since you joined it and has become what the current lineup is.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The new lineup now. I got Aiden Dorton on lead guitar. I did bring back the old drummer Mickey Mason from the original lineup as well, so we still have the same drummer. Um, I do got a new bass player. His name's Chris Gayer, and then a new rhythm guitarist as well. It's Wyatt Webb. They're all really fantastic dudes, really good musicians and everything too. And they've been willing to, play some of the old Astor stuff as well as, writing new stuff as well.
Okay, perfect. So that kind of brings us up to where you are and what you're working on. Tell me about where that's going. You mentioned that you do have some studio recordings and some previous material. Are you guys out there doing shows and writing and recording, or where do you feel you're at in that release cadence?
Actually, we have two shows coming up next weekend. We have a benefit show that's for suicide awareness on Saturday. The show starts at 8 o'clock. It's actually at somebody's house, so kind of like a house party. It's BYOB, everything like that. And I have if you go to our Facebook page, everything's on there. And then we just got asked on yesterday actually to play a show on Sunday on the 20th. So we're doing two back-to-back shows, but then that morning on the 20th as well, we're going into the studio and recording a song that morning too. So it's going to be a very busy weekend.
Awesome. That's great, though. So tell me about what the main focus for you is right now. You mentioned that you are going into the studio to record a new song. Does that also mean that there's like a wider breadth of material coming out for you guys? Are you guys working on like a full album, or do you kind of lean into the monthly release sort of thing?
We are working on an EP right now, actually. The EP is going to consist of 5 songs, but we are going to be releasing it pretty much by singles, 5 singles at a time, and then putting it all together as one EP by the time it's all done. The first one just dropped on July 4th, which was the re-release of Lonely Hearts. Then we have a music video coming out here pretty soon. I think in October is when we're gonna drop that one. It's kind of a secret cover that we're trying to not to tell everybody yet. I'll tell you. I'll send you the link for that one so you can hear it a little early though too. So
Awesome, cool. All right, well, that's great, and congratulations on putting that all together. That it sounds like you have a really good strategy built out for how you're going to approach release and distribution, and everything. Tell me about where you kind of see everything in 3 to 5 years. What do you want to accomplish with this project?
I mean, really, I want to go as far as I possibly can with this project. I want to eventually, go on a tour or two. travel the US a little bit with the music that we have. I feel our music does touch a lot on depression, and trying to get over anxiety and depression and everything like that, because I do struggle from that myself a lot. So that's why my lyrics kind of go towards that. Um, so that's kind of the goal for the next 2 years, 3 to 5 years. I'm hopefully playing a show with, versus me or A Day to Remember, the Amity Affliction, hopefully on a small tour with them or something. That'd be really, really cool.
Sure, yeah, that'd be great. And I hope that works out for you. Tell me some of the most prominent things that have happened to you surrounding music. What do you feel keeps you motivated to want to continue to pursue music?
Honestly, just knowing that there's somebody else out there kind of feeling the same way that I am, and knowing that my music kind of helped them through a situation that it was really hard for them to get through, but just putting on my song just kind of helped them get through it. Hearing that from a lot of people, it really helps me keep going. And then also, my kids and everything, they help me keep going too, because I want to show them that, no matter how old you get, no matter what you do for a living, you can always follow your dream no matter what.
Awesome. That's a great message. But you'll have to top that one here in a moment. But before we get there, what are your social media links? Where can people find you and follow along with your releases?
Oh, they can find us on almost everything. We got X or Twitter or whatever it's called now, which if you go to that one, I believe it's Aster Band One, the number one. That's our username on there, Aster Band One. Then you can also find us on Instagram, which our Instagram is the Aster Band Official, all one word. Same with our YouTube page as well. It's the Aster Band Official, all one word. And then our Facebook, you're going to be able to find us at facebook.com/Aster US Official. Um, what else do we? Oh, we have SoundCloud as well. So that one as well is the Aster Band Official on SoundCloud as well.
Perfect. And I'll have you send all those links to me. All right. So I always like to give the person that I'm interviewing the opportunity to put out their last word. So, what's a message that you have that you think other people should hear?
Honestly, whenever it comes to doing music, because I get this question a lot, is, how do you get started on doing the band thing or doing any type of music? And the best advice I could really give to anybody about that is just go and do it. Um, it's it's not cheap, it's not easy, but it's a lot of fun. Um, it's fun stress, if that's if that makes any sense. Um, just if you're gonna pursue music and you really find a drive for it, um, and especially if you're doing it alone, according to with some other people, it's going to be a lot harder financially, but it is so worth it in the end once you start getting your music back and everything, and you start getting other people to feel that music with you and everything too. It's just so much fun, and being on stage, there's nothing else in the world like being on stage.